Greetings and welcome back to Asafo Academic Lectures. So, we have a response from Kanye West about the shirt, and out of all places, Tucker Carlson. So, there's a few things I need to say before I get started, right? So, my first debunk video was about Tucker Carlson and about the Queen, the issue with the Queen, and why people felt like they didn't care what happened to her. You know, there was a big response from various degrees, right? So Tucker Carlson was he's trying to give his opinion on why people didn't like the Queen. So I had to check him on that, right? I did another video, my problem, the problem with black conservatives, and I had Candace Owens on there because she's part of sort of the what was it, the first generation of black conservatives. Even though she's younger, um, she is really a pioneer in this, you know. So if you don't know by now, Kanye wore a shirt, a White Lives Matter shirt with Candace Owens, and now he did this interview with Tucker Carlson. So to be honest, I probably wouldn't have done this video if he wasn't on Tucker Carlson, but I'm just putting the pieces together in terms of the world of conservatives, Republicans, and how they operate. So I broke down Tucker Carlson, I broke down Candace Owens. Now Kanye West has come into the mix. But before I get into this video, I just got to let people know, right? If you're a fan of Kanye or whatever, and you disagree with my opinion, that's fine. Okay. But I am not a hater of Kanye West. I'm actually a fan of Kanye West, right? I'm actually a fan. I'm probably a bigger fan of Kanye's music than most people, right? If I ask you what your favorite, what's Kanye's best album, and you say Dark Twisted Fantasy, your opinion doesn't matter to me. No, you don't even exist to me anymore. You don't even exist to me if you say Dark Twisted Fantasy. Okay. Um, there's really technically for me, there's only three correct answers. That's a college dropout, late registration, or graduation. To me, it's really between college dropout and late registration. To me, those are interchangeable, but I'll accept those three. Anything after that should not be considered. Kanye is a rapper. Kanye is a rapper. Kanye is a rapper, right? So I was a Kanye fan before I was a Kanye fan. Let me explain, right? Because he was a producer. He produced this song. Let me just play this a little bit. Hopefully, it doesn't get shut down. Let me just give a little dopamine hit to some of the millennials. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together for this astonishing. Boom. One of the biggest songs, really of all time. One of the biggest singles of all time, I'd have to say. Um, Kanye produced a lot of songs. Kanye produced a lot of songs. I didn't know Kanye produced um this much until a few years after College Dropout dropped. So we see here with Alicia Keys, You Don't Know My Name, right? Uh Be Alright, Trina and Ludacris, big single, big single. Ludacris Stand Up, Encore with Jay-Z. He did a couple of Drake songs. Beanie Siegel. There's another song with Scarface actually. Those weren't singles, those were on the albums, right? What else? What else? What else do we got here? What else? Just looking for the big songs. Get By, there's another big single. I mean, Take Over. Kanye did his thing, right? So when I'm speaking on Kanye, right? When I'm speaking on Kanye, it's not because I'm a hater. It's because I feel pain. I feel pain when I see Kanye in the way he's acting now. I feel pain, seriously, because that's why I did the reaction video to the George Bush doesn't like black people. I did a reaction video to that because I enjoyed that part of Kanye, right? I enjoyed that time from what I'm seeing now because Kanye has taken a complete 180. And it's not about that people can't change. You know, people could definitely change. Look at Jay-Z. Jay-Z has changed. Nas has changed. So many older rappers in the game have changed, right? In terms of evolving and growing. And to Kanye's credit, he changed musically in this not in the same way as other rappers in terms of the sound, because he is a producer, so he is a musical genius. But when people say this other stuff that he's a genius and a free thinker, no, 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 no. Don't do it. I'm warning you, do not do it. No, cannot do that. Kanye has stepped into the political arena and he doesn't know what he's talking about. He's all over the place. He's not a free thinker. He's not a genius, right? And I'm going to demonstrate that in this video. So I just wanted to get that out there. I'm not a hater of Kanye West. I enjoy his old music. I'll say his old anything before graduation. That's what I really mess with, to be honest. I still listen to this day some of those songs, despite what he says or whatever. I'll still listen to old Kanye tracks, no problem. Right? So he responded to the backlash on Tucker. I already broke it down on Candace Owens, Tucker Carlson, and everything, and the conservatives. Kanye is pushing forward towards the black conservative way of thinking. This is what I've noticed. You have the slavery was a choice. I'll probably do a reaction video to that. The whole slavery was a choice debacle. He had the MAGA debacle. Like, I don't judge that so much. I think it was definitely politically charged, very polarizing. I agree with him wearing the hat? No. Do I agree with him jumping around and saying he rushing to meet Trump? No. But he did have his reasons, and I'm gonna show what his reasons were. But I'm gonna get into this video. Don't want to waste too much time. I just want to get that housekeeping clear. I'm not a hater, so let's just go. Let's just go.
I'm starting to see why they want to make you be quiet. Um, how? When did you start to feel this way? When did you start to realize this?
I really felt like, I think I started to really feel this need to express myself on another level when Trump was running for office and I liked him.
Yes.
And every single person in Hollywood, from my ex-wife to my mother-in-law to my manager at that time to my so-called friends slash handlers around me, told me, like, if I said that I like Trump, that my career would be over, that my life would be over. They said stuff like people get killed for wearing a hat like that. They threatened my life. They put my life. They basically said that I would be killed for wearing a hat. I had someone call me last night and said anybody wearing a White Lives Matter shirt is going to be greenlit, and that means that they're going to beat them up if they wear it. And I'm like, okay, green light me then. God builds warriors in a different way. I don't know if it's because of me being born in Atlanta and growing up on the south side of Chicago that, he made me for such a time like this. It's like with David. He tended to the sheep, but while he was out there, he had to fight all kinds of animals. So when it was time for Goliath to come, he thought because he was a sheep herder that he didn't have the skill set to take down Goliath. And the thing that I have is the position, I have my heart, but the number one thing is we have God on our side. And for the people, even if you don't believe in God, God believes in you.
So I just want to say that, Kanye did a very good job expanding his fan base, right? So he did the whole MAGA thing that opened him up to a fan base. And then he did the Christian thing. open himself up to an even bigger fan base. So, you know, it's very hard for rappers to cross over to the mainstream. Kanye did do a good job. So like musically, he's a genius in that way, right? But we'll get into it. We'll get into it.
So you made reference to the White Lives Matter T-shirt, which you brought out at Paris Fashion Week. Why did you do that, and what did it mean?
You know, I do certain things from a feeling. I just channel the energy. It just feels right.
So he does certain things from a feeling. Didn't I say this was about nothing? In the first sentence, he validated my entire video that I did dealing with this. He said it's from a feeling. So that's basically the first sentence, but we'll go on into the answer.
I do certain things from a feeling. I just channel the energy. It just feels right. It's using a gut instinct, a connection with God, and just brilliance. You know, like as if you ask like Tanya Harding how she did the triple flip or the triple spin, she was in so much practice that when it was time for her to skate in a competitive format, it just happened. Like it happened outside of practice, it happened in the real format. And
So he's talking about, so he's trying to make this connection to sports, right? He's making this connection to sports and practice. Practice. Um, there's a figure skater that does a certain flip or whatever, doing all that practice, and then they get to the big stage, and it just comes natural to them. So what is Kanye trying to say? That he's been practicing loving white people, right? Like what exactly is he trying to say in terms of his actions before to the point of wearing the shirt? Because he hasn't been doing anything in private. He's been doing everything publicly, right? So I mean, I guess to him the world is a stage and everything, but yeah, he's definitely been practicing. I mean, his wife is white for one. He did the MAGA thing. So in a sense, yeah, Kanye West has been practicing, I guess, for this moment. So uh do have to give him a point on that.
and that's what's happening. Is God is like preparing us for the real battles, and we are in a battle with the media. Like the majority of the media.
So now he wants to make this about the media and that God prepares you for battles. But what battle is he talking about? The battle for protecting white people? I mean, we really have to take into consideration that his wife is white. So it's like wearing a White Lives Matter shirt for somebody for like Kanye now at this time. But like I said in the last video, it's about the intention of saying all lives matter, white lives matter, is to counteract the political movement of Black Lives Matter, not the organization, because you can understand Black Lives Matter if you're a Black person, if you've been through systematic oppression, if you've been through certain situations, you understand the slogan and what it means. White Lives Matter means nothing, nothing. It's just a feeling to him that he just has to express himself, right?
Has a godless agenda, and we are in a battle with the media. Like the majority of the media has a godless agenda.
So he said the majority of the media has a godless agenda, but you're on the media, you're on the mainstream media now. Fox News is mainstream. CNN has a godless agenda. MSNBC has a godless agenda. Fox News has their own godless agenda as well too. And he can't see it. The supposed genius can't see it. Now, I think this is the first time he's been on Fox News, but Fox News also has a godless agenda. They just have a different agenda. All legacy news media, and what I mean by legacy is that basically old form media through TV, essentially, they all have their own political agenda. All of it is godless.
And the jokes in that work and this whole like, oh yeah, he's crazy and all these things, they don't work because the media has, you know, they've also watched travesties happen, just even specifically to me, and just watch it and act like it wasn't happening. And
So he got asked a question about why did he wear the White Lives Matter shirt. Now he's on different tangents now. So this is the mind of the so-called genius, right?
and they stay quiet about it.
What are they?
So, I want to answer the white. I feel like someone caught what I was saying, the comparison to Tanya Hardin about the White Lives Matter.
We have to give him a point for reeling it back. We have to give him a point. So he got 2 points. He reeled it back. He knew. He knew. I do the same thing too. I'm not gonna lie. I go off topic, but he's reeling himself back. So I'll give him credit there.
You know, my dad is a. I want to answer the white. I feel like someone caught what I was saying, the comparison to Tanya Hardin about the White Lives Matter. You know, my dad is an educated ex-Black Panther, and he put a text to me today, said White Lives Matter, ha 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 ha. And I said, I thought the shirt was a funny shirt. I thought the idea of me wearing it was funny. And I said, Dad, what do you think was funny? He said, just a Black man stating the obvious. Yeah. And you know, my dad doesn't listen to rap music, and he's like super educated. We opened up a water distribution center in the Dominican Republic together. He's like the original Steve Jobs, but he was getting blocked every which way with all of his ideas, and he didn't have an endless bank account, and he didn't have an Instagram. So all these ideas, he had to like take them back and compress them. Like my dad is the most brilliant person that I know, and we actually have a strained relationship because I was taken from him because my mom was an actress, so she was a liberal, and my dad would see certain things and say, you know, we should do it this way, we should do it that way. And the people got around my mom and pulled her away, much like, you know, Kim is a Christian, but she has people who want her to go to Interview Magazine and put her ass out while she's a 40-something-year-old multi-billionaire with 4 Black children.
So interesting that he makes a comparison between his mother, what his mother went through with his father, and what he's going through with, or what he went through with Kim. I mean, I have to say this. Because I told you I knew Kanye from time. I knew Kanye from time. A lot of these new people just know Kanye from Dark Twisted Fantasy or the MAGA thing or the whole Sunday service. These are all just Johnny come lately Kanye fans. So we warned Kanye. We warned Kanye before he got with Kim Kardashian. And when I mean we, I mean like the entire Black community warned Kanye not to get with Kim Kardashian. This was something he wanted. We told him, do not do it. Do not do it. Don't do it. We told him.
Don't do it. I'm warning you. Do not do it.
And he did it anyways. He did it anyways. And now he wants to cry and complain about the treatment and Skeet Davidson and whatnot. We warned him. We warned him. So when people say he's a genius, no, we don't see it. All the older Kanye fans, we don't see the genius. We don't see it. Right? Because now look what happened. Kim basically I'll get into it after. I'll continue.
This man has got some White Lives Matter shirts. And then when he gets criticism about it, he says, where were y'all when I wanted to see my kids, when Kim wouldn't let me see my kids? Nigga. We're criticizing your very highly political statement via apparel. And you bring up your co-parenting situation with a woman that we told you not to get with a woman who we told you was a culture vulture, with a woman we told you was going to be a vampire to some extent and suck all of the Black out of you and get whatever she needed from you and then leave you behind and spit you out and go on about her goddamn business. Now you're calling upon us as if we're CPS to say, where were y'all when I needed to see? If you got an opinion about my White Lives Matter shirt, then where were you when I wanted to see my kid, when Kim wouldn't let me see? As if we are the goddamn CPS master employee, head, chair, I don't know what you want to call it, but the deflection for you to go from something that you knew was some highly politicized apparel and for you to somehow connect that to your co-parenting situation when, nigga, we told you she was bad for you. Now you continuously call on us because you want us to trash her in the public media, through social media. You want us to drag her because it would serve you. We can't help you. Oh, I'm sorry. We were supposed to bust into Kim house and break the doors down and get shot and help you see north. Some shit you couldn't do, and you're richer than all of us combined.
And this is how fashion wants to, how they want to present her. So I know you give these
Yeah, because that's what she was before. Their whole claim to fame. I mean, do I even have to say it? Do I have to say it? How did you become famous? And you gravitated towards that.
You get these questions and I give you like these 3-part answers. Is this a cool format for you?
Yeah, I love it.
Okay, cool.
And I am following it.
All right.
So you said,
This man said 3-part answers. So basically the first line, it was a feeling. That's all we really got from that. And then he made kind of the athletic comparison about practice and then the actual world stage, right? So he gave a 3-part answer that really went nowhere. He talked to his father. His father thought it was funny, black man stating the obvious. I mean, nobody disagrees that white lives matter in America. If you look at the history of America and everything, white life is, what's the word? What is the word I am looking for? If you really look at the history of America and what they've done to black people, indigenous people, white life has been treated sacred. It's been treated sacred. So saying white lives matter really is redundant. It has no political movement. It's not about the opioid crisis. It's not about white on white crime. It's not even about abortion. He had a little thing about abortion at the beginning saying he was pro-life. He could even said that as well too. It's not about meth. It's nothing to do with white lives being in danger, but Black Lives Matter is about black lives being in constant danger. You see? So like to people who are politically educated, who study history, who understand the conservatives and what they are about, we just don't see Kanye as a genius. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
that your father said when he saw the shirt White Lives Matter, it's great to see a black man stating the obvious. So by which I think you meant that's obviously true.
Yeah, that's my favorite response because I kept on thinking like, people, they're looking for an explanation. And people say, well, as an artist, you don't have to give an explanation, but as a leader, you do.
Yes, I think that's right.
So the answer to why I wrote White Lives Matter on a shirt is because they do. It's the obvious thing.
Yeah.
And there you have it, folks. I told you. I told you.
Told y'all niggas. I told y'all niggas. Y'all thought I was playing, but I told y'all niggas.
It's about nothing. The shirt is just about nothing. It's just about to cause controversy. So he invoked the word leader. I'm glad he invoked the word leader, right? So I'm going to end this video. There's nothing else to say. Check out my previous video. I give the full breakdown in my previous video with Candace Owens, but I'm going to end this video with this. Oh, before I even get to it, right? He is talking about, people say that he's a free thinker. He thinks for himself, but really, all he really did is just jump from the frying pan and into the fire, right? Because in another segment, he says how Kim Kardashian was close to the Clintons, right? So maybe this was a possible reason for the breakup. I mean, if you really think about it, things really went downhill after the whole MAGA thing and everything. So maybe this was the reason for the breakup. But being a free thinker doesn't mean that you run away from one side to go to the other side. That's polarity. That's not free thinking. To be a free thinker would mean to not have no affiliation with no party and to completely think for yourself. So I'm going to end this video here, because I'm just going to let the man speak, and there's nothing else to be said after this.
I just told you a little while ago, these leaders that they call leaders, this included Lena Horne, this included Dick Gregory, and this included comedians, comics, trumpet players, baseball players. Show me in the white community where a comedian is a white leader. Show me in the white community where a singer is a white leader, or a dancer or a trumpet player is a white leader. These aren't leaders. These are puppets and clowns that have been set up over the white community and over the black community by the white community, and have been made celebrities and usually say exactly what they know that the white man wants to hear.
Like, comment, share, subscribe. Let me know what you think. If you completely disagree with me, like, no, 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 Kanye's a genius. He's playing 3D or 4D chess, whatever they're saying now. Kanye, he's a free thinker. He's a genius of whatever you think. Let me know what you think. Doesn't matter. Peace out.